Hey, what's up, y'all? This your boy David Lucas, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm right back at you. And I just want to shout out some upcoming tour dates before we get started with this new video today. July 9th, I'm in Poughkeepsie, New York at Laugh It Up Comedy Club. Make sure you grab them tickets. July 10th, I will be in Brooklyn at the Tiny Cupboard, however you say it. Tiny Cupboard, however you say that word. July 29th and 30th, I will be in San Diego at Mic Drop Comedy. August 12th and the 13th, I'll be in San Antonio at the Upstage Comedy Lounge. August 18th, Colorado Springs, 3 E's Comedy Club. September the 14th, I will be in Baltimore, Maryland at Magoobies. All right, so this new article is, or this new topic I'm talking about today is actually about a guy who I used to see a lot on the open mic scene when I first moved to L.A., he was a few years ahead of me, and he kind of blew up. Jerrod Carmichael. He said that Dave Chappelle's trans jokes are an odd hill to die on. Now I know Jerrod not very well as some other people do, but I know him from the scene. We talked many times. We used to go to Mel's Diner on Sunset out there, open mics at the Comedy Store, and I remember when he blew up. I was like, "Good job, man." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's an all right human being, man. But the post, Jerrod Carmichael says Dave Chappelle's trans jokes are an odd hill to die on. It first appeared on Consequence. Dave Chappelle has stirred up a lot of conversation about cancel culture and offensive comedy since he decided to make transgender people the butt of all of his jokes. And now Jerrod Carmichael has entered the chat. I don't think Dave Chappelle has made trans people the butt of his jokes. Like, I don't even know why people would say that. He talks about it. He talks about issues that are going on in society, and that is an issue that's going on into society. He talked about the police shootings last year or a couple of years ago when they were going on with George Floyd and other people that were getting killed by the hands of police officers. I don't feel like they're making it seem like he only does trans jokes, which is not true. Dave Chappelle will be remembered not by his trans jokes, but from being a great entertainer. In a new interview with GQ, the openly gay comedian, they're referring to Jerrod Carmichael, questioned Chappelle's tendency to double down on transphobia, calling his position an odd hill to die on. Now, me knowing Jerrod, I almost don't believe that he's gay. I believe that he did this to get whatever that side has to offer, but deep down, kind of like I feel the same about Jerrod as I do about Lil Nas X. Like, I don't feel like both of them dudes is really gay. I don't feel like they gay. Like, I was around Jerrod too much, and don't really feel like he likes men like he says he does. He might have been experimental, but I don't feel like he's a true gay person. So when Jerrod was talking in the GQ article, he was proclaiming his love for Generation Z after sharing an anecdote about his young cousin being his most supportive relative after he came out as gay. And I mean, I get that because in the black community, bro, especially like the southern black community, I believe Jerrod's from North Carolina or one of those Carolinas, if I'm not mistaken, over this way, they don't go for that. And I know a lot of black people might suppress it and might not talk about it and feel like, you know, their family will ostracize them because we do live in the Bible Belt. And, you know, like I always say, man, I said it in my other video, man, I grew up with a gay uncle. My family accepted him. I knew him later on in life. I don't know how it was when he first came out of the closet or if he ever said he was out of the closet, but everybody knew he was fruity. So Jerrod said he loves this generation. I actually fuck with them and fuck all those comedians that are going so hard against them. Naturally, then the conversation turned to Chappelle, who has recently become a figurehead for comedians allegedly victimized by young people's cancel culture. Chappelle, do you know what comes up when you Google your name, bro? Carmichael asked. That's the legacy. Your legacy is a bunch of opinions on trans shit. It's an odd hill to die on. I think that only comes up because that's what they want to come up. Like, my legacy of Chappelle will forever be the Chappelle Show. That was like my childhood, my middle school years watching the Chappelle Show. Like, I'd rather watch a Chappelle Show than Dave Chappelle stand-up. I like to hear his stand-up because of his messages, but if I had to choose between the two, I'd definitely go with the Chappelle Show. Carmichael also spent time doubling down on his own controversial opinion, which is that cancel culture doesn't exist. I agree with Carmichael on that. I do not feel that cancel culture exists because who has been successfully canceled? Everybody who they attempt to cancel comes out stronger. I don't know a single person who's like, man, that cancel culture did me in. I don't know one. Carmichael said, look, I get it. Everybody's got to create a boogeyman to sell tickets, but it's not true, he said. Who's getting canceled for what they've said? What does that mean? That people are mad on Twitter? Everybody's fine. These grown men are fine. I think a lot of times people who offer nothing truthful or meaningful about themselves then complain about society at large and create this boogeyman. It's like, listen, that's the most urgent thing in your life. God bless you. I'm tired of hearing it. Turning to Chappelle, he challenged the comedian to be more vulnerable in his comedy. It's like, hey, bro, who the fuck are you? Who do you fuck? What do you like to do? Childish jokes aside, who the fuck are you? It's just kind of played. I mess with Gerard. Love at the Store, when it first dropped, I did not like it. I went back and watched it as a more mature adult, and I was like, this is good comedy. I really like it. I like Gerard Carmichael, his first special. I don't know, the second one didn't really bring me in the way the first one did. But you saying that Dave Chappelle is going to die on an odd hill, remember that he got physically attacked. Remember that. He got attacked, and the attacker said he was motivated by his comments. So what are we even saying here? What comedians are going out and causing physical harm to that community or to anybody that we're talking about? We don't want to physically harm anyone that we're making comments or suggestions or jokes about. It just has to do with the comedy. I feel like you're about to be more of a movie guy, movie star than a stand-up comedian now. I mean, you had the Carmichael Show, and you've written on numerous other shows. Stand-up comedy is an odd hill to die on, period. You're always judged. People don't ever think you're as good as you used to be. So what do we really have to prove? Or what do we really have to talk about? I love that Chappelle talks about societal issues. People in 100 years, people can look at Dave Chappelle's special and know what was going down during that time frame. I like that a lot. Other than people telling, silly jokes. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. This is it's a little bit of a question mark too, bro. I respect you as a comedian, like I said, Gerard, but I think you are wrong in this, with the statements that you made. I mean, Gerard, like you're making comments about Dave Chappelle, but you went and did a GQ photo shoot, and you're saying that that's an odd hill to die on. I mean, this is a very odd hill. I mean, how many comedians have taken shirtless pictures? I mean, Bert Kreischer, of course, but like you're trying to be sexy. You're trying to be sexy, and in comedy, I mean, you look like Young Dolph right there. You look like Young Dolph's gay brother. Let's see what other pictures. He has a shirtless picture. That boy is out there screaming in the middle of a field like an emotional artist. Are you doing rock now? It's like rain. Oh my God, Gerard, you really try to talk about Dave Chappelle? Look at these pictures, bro. Look at this. You over here letting Kanye dress you? You don't put some fishnets on your face? You don't got it to Kim's wardrobe? What is going on, bro? What are you thinking? And you got the nerve to talk about Chappelle? Boy, you don't let me see these pictures? Let me see what else he got. Jesus. That boy is bent sideways. Is you caught in the wind? What are you doing? Really? What is that? Come on, bro. You really think you the Lil Nas X of comedy? And you try to clown Dave Chappelle. This is going to be an odd hill to die on. This, for you got a flower in your head, but you do stand-up. You over here touching yourself. Mariah Carey, touch my body. Boy, you out here. You was out here. That boy got a back problem. You need to see a chiropractor for that, dog. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, Gerard. Don't say nothing else about another comedian when you got these question mark ass pictures out here. I don't need to see no more, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I consider Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K. and Bill Burr to be the living goats of comedy right now. I can maybe add in D.L. Hughley, you know what I'm saying, depending on what day. But D.L. he has got a little too woke for me, so I'm not really messing with him like that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about Gerard proclaiming that Dave Chappelle is messing up his legacy. I don't see it at all.